White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs is here. David, we're going to get to that in a second, but you're a very financially savvy individual. Do you believe that late night TV is going to be extinct soon because it's so unprofitable?
Probably, Jesse. I mean, I think this is the millionth case of go woke, go broke. I mean, Colbert's ratings have declined by something like a third over the past few years because people are tired of the pontificating. And I know Democrats are bemoaning the loss of what they're calling an important voice, but that's the whole problem here is that once a late night comic starts thinking of themselves as an important voice instead of a joke teller, they stop being funny. And that's what happened with Colbert. And that appears to be happening with the whole format because none of them can be funny anymore.
So this is comedians taking themselves too seriously and then the executive taking them out.
Yeah, they basically are, overpaid podcasters at this point.
And your podcast, very successful. You guys don't seem to take yourselves that seriously. You take yourselves less seriously than a professional comedian, and your show's a hit.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we don't take ourselves too seriously. We just, talk about current events, whatever's interesting to us. We don't try to purport to be important voices. We don't try to represent anyone else or a movement. We just say what we think in a format that's entertaining to people because it's four friends talking and disagreeing very frequently.
Do you buy into I guess you'd call it a conspiracy theory that Trump got Colbert fired for attacking him every night?
Well, this is what the Democrats have been doing to Trump for 10 years now, is that they keep making up these hoaxes, these lies, these distractions. They throw mud at him, and it doesn't work. I mean, his poll numbers just keep going up. It's never worked because he just keeps focusing on delivering victories, and they keep focusing on making up these distractions. And you see President Trump, like today with the crypto bill or earlier in the week where we went to the energy summit in Pennsylvania, he keeps focusing on delivering real progress for working Americans. And that is why his poll numbers keep going up and their poll numbers keep going down. The Democrats are not the party of ideas. They don't have any ideas. They don't have any solutions unless you want to talk about democratic socialism.
You know what else keeps going up, David? Bitcoin. I just looked at it today. Someone gave me a little piece of advice after Donald Trump got sworn in. He said, buy Bitcoin. And I took that advice, and I'm very happy with that. I probably don't own as much as you do, but you're a lot smarter than I am. What is going on in the Bitcoin world that we need to know about?
Well, we had a historic day today. This was the first time that we ever had crypto legislation signed into law, thanks to President Trump's leadership. This was a campaign promise. He said that he was going to make the United States the crypto capital of the planet. And under the previous 4 years, all the innovation was being driven offshore because the founders, the innovators were being prosecuted without telling them what the rules were. And today, this Genius Act provides the first set of rules for what are called stable coins or digital dollars so that crypto companies can be in compliance. They know what the laws are, and the innovation can happen here in the United States. And this is the beginning, Jesse, of a revolutionary new payment system. It's going to be cheaper, it's faster, it's more direct. That's going to bring down costs for consumers across the world. And it's going to strengthen the US dollar because anyone in the world who has a crypto wallet can now start using digital dollars. And so you could start seeing in countries where the people don't trust their own currencies, you could see them move to the US dollar, and that strengthens the US dollar and creates demand for our US treasuries. So this is President Trump extending US dollar dominance into this new high-tech era.
That sounds like common sense to me. Should I have Fox pay me in Bitcoin?
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Okay. I'll have to raise that next contract.
There's only the thing about Bitcoin is there's only 21 million of them that have ever been produced or can be produced. And people for 15 years have been trying to hack it and prove that they can counterfeit a Bitcoin, and they've never been able to do it. So it doesn't mean that it couldn't happen in the future, but with each passing year, the system seems to be stronger and stronger. So I'm not telling anyone what to do or what to buy.
All right.
I'm a fan.
David Sachs is not a financial advisor tonight. He's just telling you the truth. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Have a great weekend. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.